I love this land. It takes my breath away.
Welcome to Texas 10. I'm still M'Lissa. I stole it.
And I'm Steve, Melissa's friend.
You're more than a friend.
Oh, okay. Best friend?
You're my best friend.
All right. Excellent. Let's get to Lubbock.
All right. Yes, we went to West Texas. We went to Lubbock, Texas, and I have to admit something.
What?
Well, you always hear, when people go to Lubbock, and I would tease my friends who went to Texas Tech, oh, yeah, it's when the wind blows, you get all that great smell.
Right.
Here we go to Lubbock.
Mm.
And I actually really liked Lubbock.
Okay.
The only time I'd been to Lubbock before was in college for a college weekend, and I'm just going to say I didn't see very much of the town, but I saw a lot of the ATO house and the stadium.
Right.
But anyway.
And she was in the band. She was
I
in the
was.
Baylor band. We were victorious that day, I believe.
We were.
Right? And we love our Tech friends, but I'm going to go ahead and point out that we hold the series record over Texas Tech.
But let's just get to Lubbock.
Okay.
It was really a great town.
Okay, so Lubbock it's flat out there.
It is flat.
It is flat. And so we've talked a lot about West Texas, and you can find natural beauty unexpectedly. I'm not going to go that far in Lubbock. Lubbock is flat, a lot of cotton fields around it, but the city itself, particularly the university, I will admit, I didn't remember how pretty the campus is.
I didn't either. Well, like I said, we were young and not paying attention to the important things. The architecture at Lubbock was beautiful. In fact, I'm going to do a shout out to my friend Adam Reed, who graduated from Tech, and now I get it. They must have a great architecture school.
Well,
because it is really beautiful.
So the architecture on campus is beautiful, and there is public art on the campus.
I'm telling you, I think the most beautiful sculpture gardens that I've seen on a campus are at Texas Tech. They were beautiful. There was the runner girl that we loved because it made us think about our daughter. There was the one where it was all stacked and it had the books and it had the little people that were like crawling up. It was so diverse and beautiful. I loved walking through the campus and just looking at all the sculptures.
And I believe they had if I remember right, they had a sculpture of the horse with the rider guy. Again, we're Bears. They may have the coolest mascot.
Yeah. The Red Raider is pretty cool.
Right.
Watching him run in at that game. We need to go to another Tech Baylor game at Tech.
All right.
So that was great.
We'll do that. So the campus itself, tour it, enjoy it, and go there if you have to.
And then when you cross the kind of the main drag from the main entrance of the campus, the Varsity bookstore's there. And there's just a lot of kind of high-end shopping, beautiful stores. I don't have all the names for you here, but they will be on our website. And really cool, like apartments and condos. And it was just a really beautiful neighborhood. I walked in that neighborhood a lot every morning, and it was really gorgeous.
And Texas Tech is a big school, and so it can support that sort of college fun atmosphere, places for parents to shop when they're there. That's all you're talking about. But that's not the only area of Lubbock to explore.
No, I was going to say, speaking of fun, I'm looking at your picture of the Cactus movie theater, which was so cool. There's a district called the Depot District.
So the Depot District, I'm assuming, we didn't go to a depot. I'm assuming it was right where the trains came through. And they have spent a lot of effort in revitalizing it. The Cactus in particular, one of the best restored theaters in Texas. It is awesome. The lighting on the outside, I'm guessing it's better than it was in its heyday.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's very active, right next to the Blue Light.
Oh, the Blue Light was great. If you like live music, Lubbock is a great place for live music. And the Blue Light had, local, it was a great little band and good little bar. And we really had a great time there that night.
So the Blue Light, I believe, I don't remember the guy's name, but I believe he was a recent Texas Tech student that's trying to make it. And when you say it's a great place for live music, that is underselling it. Because
who's all gone through there?
The history of Lubbock and that area of West Texas in producing just nationally, not just nationally known, but nationally important musicians. starting with the great Buddy Holly.
There's a museum, and it is fantastic. I love it. You walk up, and of course, when you think of Buddy Holly, you think of his iconic black glasses, and they have these giant black glasses in front. But the museum, it's not huge. It's kind of, I always say there are right-sized museums, and the Buddy Holly was one of those. Goes through his life. You see some of his instruments. It was really a great.
And it's such a tragic story.
Yes.
I mean, it's you know the ending
Right.
when
It's
you're
the
when
day
you're going
the
through
music
it.
died.
But in just 18 months, he transformed the music industry. Before Buddy, there was a lot of brass-driven sort of rock and roll, if like Bill Haley in the Commons,
Right.
you could think of it. But what became known as sort of the standard rock band with a lead, rhythm, bass, and drummer, that was Buddy Holly and the Crickets, and he popularized it. And just like I said, he was only active for 18 months, but it seems like he had this huge catalog.
That is what hit me the most.
Right.
You just don't realize it.
Right.
And they also named in his honor. They have a beautiful performing arts hall, the Buddy Holly Hall, and it is gorgeous. It's all glass. And I was really impressed because when I learned about it, the city worked with the university to raise the funds for that hall. And they have a ballet in Lubbock, ballet company, the symphony, the music school at Texas Tech performs there. In fact, the night we were there, we could have gone to a symphony performance of the Tech Orchestra, but it was really beautiful.
We went to the Blue Light instead, but we could have gone to a symphony performance. Yes, so definitely go to the Buddy Holly Museum. Go to the Blue Light. Those are both in the Depot District. The Buddy Holly Performance Hall is over in the Cultural District. And before we get there, a couple other shout outs to what was in the Depot District.
I love to, we all know I love to shop. And I'm not a shopaholic, but I love to go into beautiful stores. And Juxtaposh. It was beautiful. I kind of wanted to go and decorate a home and go and talk to the owner of Juxtaposh and let her do it because it was beautiful.
That was great. There's other places, and then we stopped at a little tapas place.
Oh, right.
La Diosa Cellars, the goddess Cellars.
Okay, let it roll off your tongue.
La
Diosas.
Right.
It was really good.
Right.
Really good.
I took Latin, not Spanish. So.
We grew up in San Antonio, sad to say. Anyway, back to Lubbock. So then the cultural arts area also has a lot of, it's really cool. It's almost like these kind of like Creative Alley, if you will. It had different, where artists live and work in that community. And it was really, really cool. What was the Charles Adams Art Gallery? Yes, that was a great gallery.
Right, so that was a great gallery. We actually bought an inexpensive piece there that we have put up, and it's very cool, we thought. And so that is on Mac Davis Boulevard.
Yes.
Another great musician, singer from Lubbock, and he was one of the songs he was most famous for was Happiness is Lubbock, Texas in My Rear View Mirror, telling the story of a kid that wants to get out of town and make it big, but then realizes how great Lubbock is. And the last chorus is Happiness is Lubbock, Texas in my front view.
It really makes me sad. When Mac Davis died, I saw on the news, he's buried there in Lubbock. And when they were playing it on the news, they were playing that as they were taking him home. Right. So that was really kind of bittersweet.
Yeah, but he had a great career. And I'm just going to shout out Joe Ely is from Lubbock. Lloyd Maines, who's one of the great pedal steel guitar players of all time, and the father of Natalie Maines of the Chicks is there, and the list just goes on and on. And so you never know who you're going to say. Like John Denver went to Texas Tech. I don't know if people know that. So you never know who you're going to see. And then one last place to give a shout out to in the Cultural District where they have live music, and we saw a little singer-songwriter night,
Oh, yeah.
is Two Docs Brewing.
And it's owned by two doctors. And so it's a brewery, and they have live music, and they support singer-songwriters. And that was a really fun night.
It was a super fun night.
I will say, when you go to Lubbock, you can put together a great playlist, and you should. Like, I mean, we have a little grandson named Scotty, and yeah, we listened to Watching Scotty Grow, and
By Mac Davis.
we kind of cried. We drove. We did. It was
Hi,
kind of
Scotty.
silly. But anyway, the other place that I loved, I'm a pinball wizard.
Yeah. Oh, right.
You know, and I love to play pinball. I mean, there's just something about hitting it, and I get really into it. And there's a bar. It's a pinball. It's
Flippers.
Flippers. Yeah, what a great name. And so Steve was at the table by himself most of the time because I'd be like, I'm going to go play some more.
Right.
And it's so much fun.
They gave a free play period while we were there for 30 minutes. And man, I hope there was no little kid trying to get to play because we couldn't get her off the machine.
It was really fun.
Right.
So Lubbock is just so much more fun. Oh, I almost forgot that great Italian restaurant. There was an Italian restaurant with a speakeasy called Stella. So we had to go because our car is Stella. And it's a little further out, kind of more in the suburb.
Yes.
But it was a really fantastic dinner. So we really had a good time. We spent several days in Lubbock and had a great time.
So it shouldn't have been surprising to me because we have a lot of Texas Tech friends. But what I realized about Lubbock is they really know how to have a good time in Lubbock. Music, food, all the stuff, right?
The arts.
Yes.
So yes, huge thumbs up to Lubbock. You surprised me, and it just shows you that you have to mature a little sometimes to really appreciate the finer things in life. So we hope you will continue joining us on Texas 10, and we will try to help you appreciate the finer things in life in areas of Texas that you would not expect them.
All right. So shout out to Lubbock. Keep watching us. Please like, share, subscribe, and most of all, tell a friend about Texas 10.
Have a great one.
Comes up.
And I love this land. Oh, it takes my breath away. From the Palo Duro to the Gulf Coast plain. From the heart of the hill country to the piney wood shade. I love this land. It takes my breath